Hello students, in previous videos we have uh, studied about Panda library, and there was two data structure. First was series and second is data frame. Today we will learn about data frame, what is data frame in Panda library. So we can define it is a two-dimensional data structure just like any table with rows and columns. Uh, Here you can see a table with some columns and rows. Serial number, admission number are integers. Name, class, section, genders are date of birth is also a string. Uh, Vertical lines in a table called columns and horizontal lines are called rows. If we see the basic feature of data frame, we can say uh, columns may be of different data types. As you are watching here, serial number, admission number having same data types, but name, class, section, genders uh, are of string data type. Date of birth is also string, but serial number, admission number are integers. So columns may be of different types. Size can be changed. Size of columns means data type uh, can be changed uh, as per the column definition. Labeled axis. Labeled axis means there are some rows and some columns, so it is called axis. Arithmetic operation on rows and columns. We can perform arithmetic operation on particular column or aggregate columns or any specific row or all in aggregation. So we will come to how to create data frame. It can be created using constructor. The syntax of the creation of data frame is pd dot data frame. Pd is an object, data frame is a function, d is capital, f is capital, there is no space between data and frame. So pd dot data frame, data is an argument, then index, then column, d type mean data type, and copy. Copy is a keyword. It can be created. How data frame created? It can be created with the help of list, dictionaries, series, numpy, ND array, another data frame. So first we come to using list. How to create a data frame using list. Before that, we need to know how to create a empty database. So we will code it. Import panda spt. I'm giving a name to data frame df equal to pt dot data frame. Just looking here, data frame and function sign. So it is an empty data frame which can be printed in print function as df. We run this program, we will find here empty data frame, columns, values are null, index none. Empty list is displayed in both columns and index. Next come to the creation of data frame using list. How to create a data frame using list. So we define here uh, with a list, and we can give whole list to the data frame function. So we are giving here a data which is a list. We are creating data frame using list. So I am giving some data. And list of data is given to the function data frame. Now we will print it. Look here, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. It's a row number and column number is 0. It is horizontal. Column index is horizontal, and vertical index is the row number. Data is 10, 20 up to 70 as we have given in the list. So in this way we can make a data frame using list. Second example is, if we want to give a list within a list, then we can define or we can give data in this form. There are some list within a list. There is a string or name, then age, name, age, and we are giving here columns. In the syntax of creation of data frame, we have given here index is another argument, so we are giving here index columns as columns. Name is please take care when you are typing, then it should be there should be no any spelling mistake, so it is columns. Now we come to the program. Data is list within a list. I am giving 3 lists. Name is ABC. Second is age. Name is CTE. Age is 20. EFG. Age is 30. So data is a list of lists. I have given already here. Data is an argument. Now I am giving columns. COLUMNS equal to list of indexes or columns is name, comma, age. If we run this program, look here, all the data or string come under the name column and age numbers are under age column and index is 0, 1, 2. So in this way you can create a data frame using list. Now second is using dictionary. As we know that data frame can be created using list, dictionary, series, numpy and array and another data frame. So we are creating data frame with the help of dictionary. So you know the structure of dictionary. It is enclosed in the parenthesis and we can give name and age in this way, and also we can give whole dictionary to the data frame function. Now data is a dictionary, so I am giving here a dictionary name, name is a list of names. I am giving here A, B, C, C, D, E. You can also give many names, E, F, EFG. I have given here name, three names. uh, as you know, name is a key, and after column is the pair value. So in pair value we have given some name or string in a list. Second is age. I'm giving here number 10, 20, 30. So now we will give data, which is a dictionary, in data frame function, and giving the name, uh, because you are looking here we have given index, because the syntax of the data frame is also a argument called index. So I'm not giving here columns, I'm giving here index. So you can give here index, which is row. We can write here row 1, row 2, then row 3. If we run this program, we will find another data frame. Here we have given index row 1, row 2, row 3, which was the list, and name was key, then pair values were A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G. Age was another key. Here we can see age is a key, 10, 20, 30 is a list, and these values comes under age column. So this is another method to create a data frame. Now one more method is there. If we supply a list of dictionaries, so we can also give a list of dictionary in a data frame. Here I am writing here the same syntax, list of dictionary. This is a list, and I am giving here two dictionaries. First is X. X is a string, so I will enclose it in single inverted comma. Pair value is 1. Y, its value I am writing here 10. This is first dictionary. Now second, pair value X, value is 10. Second pair value is key is Y, and value is 200. We can also give here another key called Z, and its value is 300. Now I'm giving here what I done here, in data list, which is a list, and there are two dictionaries, and in data frame function we have given data as an argument. I'm not giving here any index. So if we run this program, we will see here we have given column name XYZ, and by default the row number is 0 and 1. Data is same as we have given in the dictionary, 1 10 by 1 and 10, then 10 and 200 with respect to second dictionary. And third one is Z, because we have not given any value in first dictionary, so it is showing here none. And in second dictionary we have given Z 300, so it is giving here 300. In this way we can supply a list of dictionary in data frame function. So you can try it and make some changes in data frame, use index and column also, and you can be expert in data frame. Thank you. If we want to create data frame from dictionary which having some series, we can create a data frame with the help of dictionary containing some series. So we have to write here a dictionary D equal to a dictionary and its key 1. I have given here key 1, which will be the column name of the data frame. So one more, in pair value we will write pd dot series. If we want to give more column, we can write here 2, then pd dot series. Means we are creating a dictionary which contains 2 series, and in series function we will give some data 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can also give here index equal to A, B, C, D, because there are 4 values, so you have given 4 indexes, and same index will be given in this series function. Before that we have to write data also, so I am copying pasting this whole coding, and I have given here data as 1 2 3 4 comma 5, and I am increasing one more index E. So this is the syntax. Please take care when you type this kind of program. You have to take care where semicolon, where comma, where inverted comma and colon is to be used. In next line we will convert dictionary to data frame. I am giving a name to data frame df equal to, now object of pandas pd dot data frame, and argument is dictionary D. Now print data frame here. Run this program, you will find 1 2, 1 is the key, 2 is the second key. These are the column name in data frame. We have given index A, B, C, D and A, B, C, D, E. So it is index or row name A, B, C, D, E. We have given data 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and because we have given here 5 data 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and we have not given data here, so it is showing none. So In this way, you can uh, make a data frame. If we want to add a new column in data frame, then we will write column name with the data frame name, and then we will supply a series with index. Come to the coding. We have given, suppose I am writing here data frame before adding column 3. I want to print data frame in with new lines, so I am giving here backslash n. Now we will write df, then square bracket, column name s3 equal to pd dot series, because df is a data frame and 3 is column name. You are supplying values and index from the series, so you have to give pd dot series, not a dictionary. You have to directly write pd dot series. In series function, you have to write data then index as per given dictionary index, which you have supplied in previous codes as ABCD up to E, or you can directly write uh, as you have given data. So I am writing here A, B, C, D, because there are 4 data for values. So I have written here index as A, B, C, D. Now you will print data frame after adding column 3. You can see here in before adding column, the original data frame was column name was 1, 2, values are which we have given as per the corresponding indexes. After adding column 3, we find the data frame as column name is 1, 2, 3, index A, B, C, D, E, and data is as we have given in the program. 3 column is added to the data frame. In this way, you can add any column to the data frame with the help of series. Next point is adding a new column using the existing column values. How we can add a new column with the existing column in data frame. As you have when we run this program, you find here there are 3 columns. I want to add a new column called 4, which will show the addition of these value. So we have to write here another column df 4, column name is 4, equal to df 1 plus df column 2 plus df 3 means column 4 is the addition of column 1, 2, 3. Now we will print the data frame after addition. Data frame after adding column 4 by adding existing columns one, 2, and 3. I want to print data frame from new lines. So I have written this code. If we will run this program, we will find the addition. This is original data frame. After adding 3 column to the data frame, then a new uh, column 4, which is the addition of column 1, 2, 3. Then it is showing us 1 plus 1 plus 10 is 12, 2 plus 2 plus 20, 24. In this same way, this is the addition, because here 9 plus 5 plus 9, so 9 plus 9 plus 5 is 9, so it will show here 9. In this way, we have added more column to the data frame with the help of series and with the help of existing data frame columns. So you can try it. Now come to the next topic. Create a data frame from CSV, comma separated value files. Import data from CSV file. Uh, Up to now, we have given data with the help of data structures, series, arrays, and list. But in this type of method, we are importing data from a file, which is called CSV file, comma separated value files. Uh, there are some steps we have to perform when we import any CSV data. So first of all, we have to create CSV file with data. Here we have to follow following steps. Read data from file name .csv in the same directory that your Python program is based or installed. Control delimiter row column names with read CSV. Preview the first one line of the loaded data, or we can uh, review the whole data of the file with the help of following codes. First of all, we need to know how to create a CSV file. Here I just uh, made a table with column name, serial number, admission number, name, class, section, gender, date of birth. Serial number is are integer, admission number is integer, name is string, class is string, section is string, gender is also string, and date of birth is date format. It is treated as string. So I have completed this table in Excel sheet or Excel file. Now I am going to save it as or save as in Python folder, but you need to know where the Python folder will be found. So you can open your ideally platform of Python. If you go to the file, go to the open, you will see here Python 3732. it may vary as per your Python package. You can double click on this path and you can copy whole path, and after copying the whole path you will go to the Excel file, save as. Here you will paste all the paths and press enter. You will go to the Python directory where our Python program is installed, and you will give a name. I have given a name, my file, and then you will select a type or format from this format. These are the types of the file or format of the file. uh, I have given here CSV comma delimited. So CSV file will be created, so you can save here. After saving this file, you will go to the, ideally you will see here we are importing data with the help of read underscore CSV function. So you have to take care that there is a read CSV is separated with underscore. I'm writing here data as a variable, data pt. Pt is an object of pandas. So pt dot read underscore CSV and file name my file dot CSV. I have given here file name with extension or format of the file. Data is a variable which will map the data of the my file CSV file. Now you can print the all values in CSV files. Data is data. So if you run this program, you will see here what we have given in the Excel file. We have given this whole data, and whole data is converted into CSV file, and now from CSV file we have imported to the Python program serial number, admission number, name, class, section, gender, date of birth. These are column names and these are indexes 0 up to 9. There are 10 data, so it is showing here serial number, admission number, name, class, section, gender, date of birth. In this way, we can import the data from CSV file. If we want to display the selected data from CSV file, so we have to use head function as we have already used in series function. I'm giving here number 3. We run this program. Top 3 data will be displayed. If I give here tail, last 3 data will be displayed. If I am not giving here any number, then last 5 data will be displayed. If I am using head function without any number, then top 5 data will be displayed. So in this way, we have imported data from CSV file to our Python ideally. We can also see the variation in data frames. If we usage just as data frame df equal to pt dot data frame data, as we have received the data from myfile.csv and now we are converting it to the data frame. If we print df, we will find first the data which was imported from the csv file is same as after the conversion of uh, data into data frame. So there is no need to convert in data frame. We can also use data frame as we have previously used this syntax to series and other data structures. So this is the best way. Now we are coming to the next program, next method. We will copy this same line. Next method is column addition. How to add a column from uh, a list. If you give a list, then how can be it added to the existing data frame. I am giving here, we have already coded some data here. Uh, a data frame df equal to pd data frame. This is actually it is a dictionary, so it is converted into data frame and we have taken C the list 789 and added a column for C to the data frame df. If we run this program, you will see here we have given a data frame, column name is capital A, column name is capital A and another column is capital B. And data is 123, which is a list, and second column data is 456, which is a list, and we are giving here a list small c 789. Then we have we have assigned c to the df c, capital C. If we print data frame, you can see here A and B already existing when the data frame is created. We have added a column which name is capital C from the list small c. In this way, we can add a column to the existing data frame. Next topic is column deletion. We have added a column. Now, how to remove or delete a column from the data frame. Syntax is same. If we want to delete a column, we have to use del keyword, then df column name within square bracket. We will do the same in the program. We have already added column C to the data frame. After deleting del df, I'm giving here column B. Now we will print data frame after deletion. After deletion of column B, the data frame will be df. We have used del keyword and df column name. We run this program, we will find here this was original data frame. After deletion of column B, B has removed from here. A and C is displayed here because we have not used \n, new line, literal. If we use /n, we will find A and C. B has been deleted from the data frame. Another way is pop function. If we use pop function, deleting the first column using del function, deleting another column using pop function, rename column. Pop function do the same. If we use df.pop, and we have given column B, but there is a difference. We have to give square small brackets for pop function. If we run this program, you will see the same output will be produced by the program. Next one is renaming columns. How to rename a column? To rename column, we have to define a data frame. If we have given some name to the data frame columns, we can easily rename these columns as by passing rename function, by calling rename function and column keyword in the dictionary. So I'm giving the same syntax. I'm removing, no need to remove up to C after renaming. And we have to give here the code df.rename. As you are looking here, df.rename, then column. You can see here df.rename columns. Columns are A, and I will give the name AA, then B as DB, and third column will be renamed as from C to CC. So we will run this program. Original data frame was this. After renaming, there is some problem. One thing to notice here, if we run this program, we are looking here, the column name is not changing. Why it is happening? It is happening due to this line. because this line is changing, but the data frame is taking from up to this line. So you have to take this line to be printed in the console. So if we have if we write this code in print function, we will see here the column name will be changed as we want. So take care when we rename these column names. So we have to enclose all the code of renaming in print function. Next operation is row selection, addition and deletion in a data frame. Uh, First we will discuss about the selection by label. After importing Panda SPD, uh, we have created a dictionary with some series having indexes. We by uh, converted dictionary to the data frame using pd.dataframe function, and we will now access a row. We will select a row. How to select a row in a data frame? I will directly copy this code. Here you can see D is a dictionary, 1, 2 is the name of column in data frame, and pt.series 1, 2, 3, 4, we have given values in form of list. Index are A, B, C. pt.series 1, 2, 3, 4, index are A, B, C, D. We have converted dictionary to data frame, pt.dataframe D, and we have printed df.loc. We have already discussed about loc. Loc will give you the location of index B. We run this program. Look, df.loc in square brackets we have given B. It is showing that on index B, in first column, which is named as 1, there is value 2. In second row, it is showing on in the column 2, on B index, the value is 2.0. It will convert to the float automatically. In this way, we can use label to select any row. Selection by next method is selection by integer location. In the same way, we have given our dictionary, we will convert this dictionary to the data frame with the help of the data frame function, and we will write another attribute df.iloc, but we will give here number. So if we start copying, we have copied as exactly as we have given. There are two columns, column 1, column 2, and there is some data with index, and we have converted dictionary to the data frame with the help of this syntax pd.dataframe, and the value is mapped into df variable. Then print df iloc2. If we run this program, we will find 1 is 2.0, 0 to 2.0 means ILOC will return location of value 2 means it is giving 2.0 and 2.0 both are 2. So in column 1 and column 2 both values are 2.0. Next method is slice a row. Slicing a row, if we use a colon sign with DF, and we can start with any number and end with any number, then it will give some output. We will use this in the same code, but we will write here DF one is to 3, 1 colon 3. What it will give us? It is giving column 1, column 2 are there. Indexes are A and B. We have given DF 1 column 3 means starting from 1 and up to 3 but not equal to 3 means 1 and 2. So it is giving A and B. Okay. A and B, and values are on A position is 1, 1, 1, and on B position it is 2 and 2. So in this way you can slice any data frame with the help of slicing method. I am changing some codes here. I am printing data frame obtained from this dictionary in which there are two series 1 and 2. We have converted dictionary to the data frame, then we have printed data frame, then we will give the ranges starting from 1, row number 1 up to row number 2, not row number up to 3 means the last value which is 3 stop value. Before the last value we have to print the row starting from 1. So if you run this program, you are looking here, we have printed whole data frame which was obtained from the dictionary. We have converted into data frame by the dictionary. We have printed whole data frame with column 1, 2 and indexes ABCD. Values are 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have given DF square bracket 1 colon 3. 1 colon 3 means this is row 0, this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3. So we have given starting from row number 1 to row number 2, not up to row number 3, because this index will be terminated up to 2. So here it is printing B22 C33. Next topic is addition of rows. How to add rows in a data frame. We are looking here, there are two data frames with some values. Two-dimensional array is passed here in the form of data. Column is AB, columns are AB, and in data frame 2 there is also a two-dimensional array, and columns are ABs. We have given a code df equal to df dot append df2, means we are appending df2 to data frame 1, and it will append uh, data frame 2 uh, below the data frame 1. So this code is given here with the help of append function, and we can print this data frame. After running this program, we will find the desired output. Once again, I am reminding you, there are two data frames, and data frame syntax is data, comma, columns. We have given another data frame which will map uh, df1 after appending df2, and the resultant data frame will be mapped in df. So df1 dot append df2. If we run this program, we will find here first data frame was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, row is 0 and 1. In second data frame, there was a rows 5, 6, 7, 8. Data is 5, 6, 7, 8, and row is 0 and 1. Row is 0 and 1. Column name A and B. So we have appended data frame 2 to data frame 1. So this is appending data. We have appended data, and now how to delete rows from a data frame. To delete any row, we have to use drop function, df dot drop function, with the help of label. We will use same codes. What we are doing here, suppose I am taking fourth data frame, because third is resultant df, so it is for it will be named as df3. df3 equal to, and we are dropping any row from df data frame, and we will use drop function, and we will drop row number 1, and we will print df3 after dropping rows 1. After running this program, we will see here the final data frame was 0101. Labels are 0101, and data is this, column AB. We have dropped row which have label 1. Drop 1, label 1, this row and this row will be removed from the data frame, and only remaining data frame with the label zeros will be printed here. So we have removed or dropped rows from a data frame. Next topic is iterate over rows. Next topic is iterate over rows in a data frame. How to iterate over rows in a data frame. We have an example. Suppose we have a data informal dictionary. We have given key name is favorite color great, and the name key is the list of names. There are two names, case of these two names, then favorite colors and great, means these are columns and these are data. So we have converted this dictionary with the help of pt.dataframe, data comma column name, name is name, age, favorite color and grades. To iterate over rows, we have to code for index. We have used for loop index comma row, because we are iterating over rows, so we have to give these two keywords, index comma row, in df dot iterate rows, ITRROWS. Print row name row is. If we run this program, we will find Rahul 10, Kunal 1, which is the data. We have printed only uh, Rahul 10. We have printed name and age, iterating over rows. So Kunal 1. One more modification we can give here. If you see the data frame, if you run this program, you will understand it easily. Uh, the data frame is named Rahul Kunal, age 10 1, favorite color red green, grade is 55 95. When we have used for loop with the help of index and rows in uh, df dot iterate rows, print row name row age. So we are finding here the answer as Rahul 10, Kunal 1. In this way, we can iterate our rows. Now we come to the next topic, which is binary operations over data frame with series. Uh, we have coded here, we have taken a data frame with keys 0, 1, 2, and data is 1, 2, 3 list, 4, 5, 6 a list, 7, 8, 9 a list. Then we have printed data frame. After that, we have taken a series with numbers 1, 2, 3, which is a list will be converted into a series. We have printed a series by, then z equal to x dot add y comma x is 0. The meaning of this line is that we have added to the data frame uh, a series with given axes. If we run this program, we will find here we are looking, this is data frame, column name is 0 1 2 0 1 2, and column data is 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 5 6 and 7 8 9 7 8 9. The series is 1 2 3, so series is written here 1 2 3, and this is index. Now we have added y to x with x is 0. The answer is that if we do uh, some operation in data frame with series, we have added series to the data frame. How it come from? Look here. This is 1 2 3 first column, second column, third column, and this series will be added to the all columns starting from first column to last column. So 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 3 6, and 1 plus 4 5, 2 plus 5 7, 3 plus 6 9. The same way 1 plus 7 8, then 2 plus 8 10, 3 plus 9 12. If we change the axis, if we change the axis from 0 to 1, what will happen? Look here, this is data frame, this is series. We have changes axis 0 to axis 1, so it will add as data frame is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and we have added 1 2 3 to the axis 1. Look here, we have added 1 to 1, 2, 2 to 4, 6, 3 to 7, 10, then 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 5, 7, 3 plus 8, 11, then 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 6, 8, 3 plus 9, 12. In this way, we can perform any binary operation uh, over data frame this series. Next point is binary operation over data frame with data frame. We have done here binary operation over data frame with series. Now we will perform binary operation over data frame with data frame. With another data frame, uh, we are looking here. There is X data frame which have column 0, 1, 2. Second data frame is Y with column 0, 1 and 2. We have taken Z as a third data frame which will map addition of X and Y. We have performed addition operation with add function x dot add y to the 0 axis. We will run this program. What is going here? If we give O print x, print z, we run this program, we will clearly understand it. Yes. Is y. So this is first data frame, this is second data frame, and we have performed addition operation with add function, and we have given here the first data frame is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Second data frame is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and we have added this data frame to first data frame. So how it is uh, happen? Added 10 plus 1, 11, then 40 plus 4, 44, 70 plus 7, 77. In the same way, 20 plus 2, 22, and 50 plus 5, 55. So in this way, we can perform binary operation over data frame with the data frame. You can also change here axis from 0 to 1. Next topic is merging or joining data frames. How to merge or join two data frames. To join data frames, we have an example. We have taken a data frame, then printed it. We have taken another data frame, then we have printed it. And to merge these two data frames, we have to write pd.merge. Merge is a function, and name of the first data frame, comma, name of the second data frame, comma, on is a attribute equal to id. With respect to id, we have to merge these two data frames. If we run this program, you can see here the column name is id 1 2, name Kapil and Raj, subject 1 and 2, id 1 2, name Samir Ram, subject 2 and subject 4. If we run this program, we will see here first data frame is this, second data frame is up to here, and resultant data frame is this. How it merged? It is merged with respect to IDs, name, subject, because we have given here left and right, left side, Kapil, Raj, then Samir and Ram, with respective subject, and it is showing that underscore x underscore x underscore y means these are uh, this is one data frame, this is second data frame. In this way we can merge a data frame. Second method to merge is combining data frame with different styles. We have data frame left right on subject how left. We will put the previous data. It is we have already given two uh, data frames and we have printed it. Now we will apply these coding in print function. There are some attribute left right on sub how left. You can do it easily. I am enclosing all the merge function into print function, otherwise it will not print the merged functions. Here we are looking, we have a join pd.merge left comma right on subject how left. How is it is an attribute is a also a keyword. How equal to left, on is sub, on sub how to merge, on sub how right. Right join, left join, outer join is called sub, sub inner, inner join. If we run this program, you can see here, because data is very big, so you will understand it. This is first data frame, this is second data frame, and merge data frame with respect to the uh, we have given here. First was left join, so left join is this type. Kapil subject 1, Raj subject 1, then none, none, after Samir 1.0 IDs and Samir. Then ID X, name X, subject, ID, name. In this way, this is merged. You can better if you uh, merge this with some numbers, it will be clearly observed. Or you can give a single alphabet, then you will learn it very easily how it merged in one of them. Or and the coding is quite easy if you can understand how and on keywords and what is the use of the how and key on keywords, you can easily learn it. Now concatenate of two data frames. If we want to concatenate two data frames, how to concatenate these two data frames? The next operation is concatenate two data frames objects with identical columns. The condition is identical columns of two data frames. Here we are taking two data frames, df1 and df2, and the data is a1 b2, column is letter and number. Second column, second data frame, there is c3 and d4, column is same, letter number, and we have printed both the data frame. After printing both data frame, we are concatenating with the help of concat function, and the syntax is within bracket concatenation function. For concatenate function, we have to write in a square bracket both the data frames separated by comma, then we will print final data frame. If we run this program, We are looking here. First data frame was letter number column name A, B, 1, 2, and C1, B2, then C3. Second data frame is C3, D4. After concatenation, we find here the data frame. First data frame is as usual on the website, but the second data frame is merged to the below of the first data frame, and column name is displaying here single time. In this way, we can merge two data frames with same columns. Now come to the last point. Export pandas data frame to the CSV files. As we have imported CSV data to the data frame, as we have given that we have imported CSV files to the data frame. Now we will export data from data frame to CSV file. To export data from data frame, we have written here a dictionary name is IT. First column is item, and we have given the list of the items: computer, projector, laptop, mobile. Second column is price, and price has given 40,000, 25,000, 45,000, and 20,000 with a list. This dictionary is converted to the data frame with the help of pt.dataframe it, columns, item, price. Now, if we want to write this data to the data frame to the CSV file, we have to write this code df.to df, because it's a data frame, so you have to write here df.to underscore CSV, to underscore CSV. Then R is a Unicode, so you have to write R. R stands for writing R. Then hold the path where you want to save this data or file. So we have enclosed into single inverted comma, and I am giving the name to the file is book, and I am saving this CSV file to F drive of my computer. Then index, we have given false, header equal to true. These are two keywords, or you can say arguments. Then we have printed data frame to ensure that the data is written to this file, or this file has been created and saved to the our F drive. So if we run this program, we are looking here, items are and price are data, whole data frame has been printed. It means the coding of exporting data from data frame to CSV file has been successful, and now we will check whether it is successful or not. We will go to the our PC, and we will check the drive where we have given the path F drive, and book name was book. We are looking here that data has been exported successfully, and you can see here the data is same which we have given in the data frame. Computer 40,000, projector 25,000, laptop 45,000, and mobile 30,000. So in this way we can export pandas data frame to CSV file data. All the data frame, one unit has been over to the class 12 informatic practices. So you have to see all the the video tutorial very carefully and try it at home. Thank you.